Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Jacob Silverblade, and today got another video for you and a bit of an update. For the past 2 weeks I've been sort of taking a break from the game, just to relax a bit. I've been getting a bit fed up for the game, and also I won't lie, I've not been liking the new GSC stuff. So I've sort of took 2 weeks out somewhat. I did play the game a little bit, no, not on and off, but not nearly as much as I did before. Like, I was pretty much playing all the time like before. Now not so much. Not nearly as much. But yes, I'm back. And today I've been going to show you what I was basically working on, somewhat. It's a Varo Tigurius deck. And unlike, for example, Long Tim's Varo Tigurius deck, we don't have some of the usual stuff you'd see. It's very much aggro orientated. What I mean by the usual stuff is that you're not seeing things like, which has been very much become a staple now, like Assault Doctrine. It's a very powerful card, this actually. And Ultramarines, excuse me, very much rely on it. What you're seeing is a whole bunch of 1 energy drops. Now, you might be asking, well, why is that the case? And yeah, it's an aggro deck, aggro combo deck. But why is this the case? Why we got so many 1-drops, particularly when we're playing Tigurius, which can just straight up generate 1-drops. So if I needed to trigger Codex anyway, I've got just Tigurius' ability I can use here. It's slightly better to have a 1-drop in hand, but is it really worthwhile to, you know, screw over your mana curve like this and all that stuff? And the answer to that is that this is an aggro deck with a very powerful combo finisher. And there's pretty much nothing in the game which can prevent this combo finisher. If you have it in your hand at 11 energy and you just have the stuff, you can quite comfortably do about 21 damage from hand. It's very, very, very strong. And there's no board setup you have to do it. Although if you do manage to get board set up from the previous turn, for example, you can do it even earlier. Sorry, apologize. And the combo is basically Sergeant Tallinn. Who would be surprised if... How do you not combo with this guy? You can start seeing with his Codex Refill 1, where it gives you 1 energy to play another 1 energy drop, and then you can Codex again. And then you just need a unit which can actually deal damage to the enemy Warlord. And lo and behold, Calcius. The idea is that this is very much an aggro deck, so you're not going for necessarily its combo, but you're going for, you know, low drop troops, you know, pressure early on, that sort of thing, with like the 3 drops and stuff, maybe sending some solid 4 drops in. And then if that doesn't work, you can use Gather Companies, control your cards in your hand, redraw a whole bunch, get to the 11 energy point, and then blast them with a Sergeant Tallinn, Lieutenant Calcius combo. That is the point of the deck. It's very powerful. For people in my guild, they've made one change. I've just taken out Chapters Due, and I put in another Octavius Infiltrator. Basically, I found that the stratagem, like 8 stratagems, is a lot better than 9 Varo Tigurius. It just makes things so much more consistent into getting other things that you actually want. So I took out the Chapters Due and put in one of these. Now, when I go through some cards, particularly cards you don't normally see. First off, for example, Chapters Due. This is such a good card. That's why I really wanted to have 2 of these, but I had to drop one of them, just to, as I say, make the balance of the stratagems a lot better compared to ratio, you know, sort of thing, consistency, that sort of thing. So one of the Chapters Due had to go, but this is definitely my personal opinion, out of all these drops for this deck, the best one. And the main thing is it does draw you a card, and it can send you something back into your deck. So if you play Sergeant Tallinn early, because he's a very powerful card, you know, if you had like a chaplain and you had another unit, and you happen to both live, then you play a Sergeant Tallinn, yeah, you can really combo off of that. But if, let's say, they manage to deal with that combo and take a lot of damage, hopefully, for it, but they manage to deal with it, you can actually send Sergeant Tallinn back to your deck, which can get you another copy of Sergeant Tallinn, and that's why I really want this card. The second copy of this card, I just couldn't justify. I really like this card. It also means that when you get into the combo, quite often you find that you only have like 4 or 5 cards back in your deck. So being able to actually sort of, let's say you had like a Chapter's Due and a Tactical Insight. Because with Talion, if you play Tactical Insight, well, you're going to refill 1 there, and then you also then refill 2 from the Tactical Insight, giving you 3 energy. So ideally, you have a 3 energy drop. Now, you might not want to have one in your hand. That's where Chapter's Due is really nice, because you're able to put it away, draw into another thing. You could put 3 drop back and draw into another one, and that means that you can much more likely to get a 3 drop back into your hand. And this is why we've got so many 3 drops. And that's why I absolutely love this card. Of course, we've got every single 1 drop, which isn't a stratagem in our hand. We can get our hands on Octave, Double Octave, it's Infiltrator, Double Scout. Very powerful. It's very useful, even if you get in early in the game, you're just in a scout or something, just able to fill out curve and whatever. Particularly against GSC, being able to fill out your curve, it's going to be so nice to be able to deal with their stuff. It just means you have extra pressure that they just have to sort of deal with, and it just annoys them. That's why I absolutely love this. Tactical Insight, of course, going to be a staple with this Codex-based deck. Something which is, of course, Reavers, I forgot to say, Heroes Rest, Humanity Shield. This can be so important, like a 10 energy turn. You use this, guaranteed to get to next 11 energy. You know, it can't be like messed with and stuff. And then you can just use Sergeant Talion Cronus combo. Very powerful. It's in this sort of deck, absolutely needed. Double Reaver, I forget which, oh yes, Firstborn. Codex, combo, synergy, all that stuff. With using all the Codex triggering cards, apart from probably Codex Discipline. So, yeah, very important. Something you don't normally see every single day is I did test in double Triac War Veteran. You can go Intercessor Sergeant, that would be the one I would recommend. You could go Outrider, I wouldn't do it, it's a vehicle. I'll explain why we don't want vehicles. Probably go Intercessor Sergeant if in doubt. But I found Triac War Veteran to be very useful in this meta right now. With so much GSC out there, Chaos with their Warp Talons and stuff. There's like a lot of things out there. Let's go into cards just in general. One of the biggest cards to counter is definitely the Locust. Just by playing Triac War Veteran, you're able to just do 2 damage to this guy with your ward. And then when he attacks back, well, he's gonna die, so he doesn't get a strike trigger, so there is no stun. That is like one of the major points, is that it's going to die, you're going to be able to deal with it, and you can't just quite kill a Triac War Veteran because it only has 3 attack. So that's one of the biggest things. Of course, as I say, Chaos with their Warp Talon. Where's the Warp Talon? Over here. You're just able to ping it, and then if the Warp Talon tries to trade with Triumph Warp Veteran, guess what? You've now traded up, because it's gonna do 3 damage and it's not like die now. It's really quite nice just to be able to deal with stuff. You also quite often have things on board. So if someone decides, right, we're gonna play a stealth troop, like a Warp Talon, to try and take back board, because we know we can't do it this turn, so just playing like another 4-drop which doesn't have flank, like Master Possession, maybe, let's say, maybe Chosen, they can sort of, the opponent can sort of dictate how they want to do things. But if you play a stealth unit, that means you get to dictate how you want to do things, but you don't lose a bit of life. We can flip the switch back onto that them if we already have board, and just say, no, the stealth is gone, we're dictating how this game is going to go, which is such a big advantage. Of course, it's very useful against Tyranids, but I'm not particularly seeing them. It's mostly these 2, and Dark Angel, surprisingly enough. You know, you've got Sergeant Talion 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's not pretend it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 most of the time. And also, one of the most powerful cards, I don't think I have it, for the Dark Angels, is the Inner Circle. I've been seeing this a lot lately, and just able to remove stealth from that, and being able to use something which is already on board, maybe your Warlord as well. Just being able to remove it, it's such a big deal. So I've been finding just 2 of them, because I think they've got better stats personally than the Intercessor Sergeant. Rather have a 3/3 than a 2/4, and yeah, that's why I've been running them. Let's go back to the deck. Yep. Oh, so the 400 drops basically at this point. Double Honor Guard. I don't think there's a single Ultramarines deck which doesn't run Double Honor Guard. The Vanguard is just very useful. The stats are just arguably the best. I mean, like, I guess if you're going for a vehicle deck, you could run land speeders instead. That's the only argument here. We're going anything but vehicles. Here we got double eradicator. Now, the reason why we particularly got double eradicator is also not only to deal with armored units, which we do need able to deal with somehow, but also armor on the enemy warlord. For example, with Gazgol, which I have seen people talk about Gazgol a little bit from the Orcs. If he gets double armor from, where is it? Grizzled Scarboy, I think it is. Yeah, Grizzled Scarboy. Calcius now goes along and he only does 1 damage, because he does 3 damage every time with a combo, but then that gets reduced to 2 just in a 1. So the Eradicators in that matchup become absolutely crucial. Because if you don't have them, you can't actually punch through that armor with combo. And it's really quite nice, because actually, if they do get armor, you can actually potentially get the combo on 9 energy instead of it being on 11 energy, which is such a massive difference actually. And then, you know, it's a big deal just able to just do that damage. And it's that's why we have double, plus also armored units. We need able to find a way to be able to deal with armored units. There isn't really particularly much, so we're just taking double and able to go with it. And finally, 1 chaplain. We only have 1 because it's the only one we couldn't really justify another. You could get rid of Eradicator, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'll just have the reliability of the combo at the end of the day, rather than chaplain. Rather than trying to get 2 chaplains at the end of the day. The extra life is also better for stats wise. It's just very powerful to have a chaplain in the right moment when you have a bit of a board, you know, your head, and then you can just go chaplain, buff the board, tactical insight, whatever it may be, buff the board again. That's very powerful. And then you're able to just turn a game where you had the advantage to now you're going to win, which is, you know, a very powerful switcheroo on the opponent. 5 energy drops, of course, we already talked about Sergeant Tally and how it's so ridiculously important. Gathered Company and hard removal. Hard removal, just a staple. We need 1 of them just able to move something which is just like unremovable basically. And then Gathered Company. Yeah, this card is excuse me. This card is absolutely important. It's important for codex triggers. It's important for just the sheer amount of card draw we need, because this reliably allows us to get to that combo very quickly, and it allows us to get us to Sergeant Tallon if we need it and whatever. Without this card, we wouldn't really be able to do stuff. Ideally, the Gathered Company turns are actually not on curve, by the way. Normally, you want to do it on like a 5, on 8 energy turn, maybe 9 energy turn. So that, you know, what you're doing is you're ideally getting Stone Guard Sergeant. Where is he? Over here. You know, Gathered Company, or you're going along and you're getting Eradicators, Gathered Company, and doing stuff like that. That's the ideal turns for them. Comboing off, or we do it with Firstborn. So this is why I was like a bit with Intercessor Sergeant, because that gives us another thing to combat off with. But ideally, we're not even comboing off with him anyway. We're comboing off with this guy. So that's what I found out to be useful. And then double Lieutenant Calcius. We're going no Inceptor Sergeant. Normally I would have a flank removal on 6 energy, but I think with this deck we're going so sort of aggressively, and if we're not doing the aggression, then we're like trying to survive, just able to get a combo, and hopefully with just such a scary early game, we don't take damage during that early game, and we're able to deal damage to the opponent, and then towards the later game we're able to get a combo off, and we just need to survive till then. Which with Varo Tigurius is so flexible, you know, you can get the smites off, so able to deal with threats, or if you needed just more survivability, you can give shield on yourself. So he really supports that as well, with ultimately also being able to draw stratagems. Finally, of course, Avenging Zeal. It's an alternative win con. I kind of said with the Chaplain, you can buff the entire board. Same thing with Avenging Zeal, buff the entire board, but not only that, you gain a permanent buff to your ward with being a 4/4. It's very nice for that. Plus, also, cheeky thing you can do if you manage to get to 1 energy on the combo turn where you're Lieutenant Calcius and Sergeant Tallon, that can just be another codex trigger, which means you're doing another additional 3 damage and you can refill into another 1 energy drop and whatever. Plus, your Warlord now will do more damage. So, that being said, let's get into a few games and see how this goes. Don't really want to face bots. Okay. So, first game against Sisters. Here we will get rid of Italian, and that's because we do want to save it for a bit later. So we don't want to have to play him straight away. If we had chapters due, I think I would keep him, but we don't. We don't go for the extra card because we have card draw baked in.
What is yet to come is for us to decide.
You are defiling sacred ground and will now face his
And against
judgment.
Erica, I think we are the beat down, so we're not punching in the face.
May the Emperor judge the purity of our souls.
I foresaw this encounter.
We could do this, but I don't think we will. Just do this.
Right shot. We will purge the galaxy.
Needed, of course, to prevent that faith there. They can still really... It's a lot harder for them to get to that point, but they can still really pop off if they need to. So we don't really have much here, so I'm just going to do this. And punch.
And honor!
The reason why I didn't try to attack this here is just because it's gonna die if it tries to attack the Honor God.
With wings of faith, we soar to glory.
Okay. Right, that's a bit annoying. I think I'm going to take a small risk here.
We are the sons of Gilliman.
Play this.
Taking cover. Enemies in range.
Line this. Shoot that there. Tactical insight. And I do want her dead, so... Nice. Oh, I could have done that in a less risky order. Could have done the smite first, and then tactical insight, and just play these two. Still here, we're playing Honor Guard, so there's no armored unit yet to benefit from. Doing this, we need a card draw. We'll keep this guy alive, there's no reason why for it to die. And I think we will shoot for Firstborn to get that damage in. Yep.
No heretic shall pass.
Oh, really? That's annoying. It's kind of half tempting to hard remove all that. Don't think it's worthwhile, but
We bring the fires of retribution.
because there's bigger things we have to hard removal. Ah, that's a misplay. The reason why that's a misplay is because we should draw on first and then do the whole thing. In which case we would get one codex trigger. Should always remember that. Draw first, ask questions later.
We march for the Emperor.
Oh, you bugger. Okay. Let's just start off with this. Alright. Do I honestly hard move all that? He's gonna get up to 6 faith. Can just play this as a tempo play if need be. I don't like this.
Under the light of righteousness, darkness will find no mercy.
I think we just play this because if he has a triumph, like we're going to so regret not like using our inspired retribution.
Believe in the Emperor of mankind, and you shall walk in his light!
Yep. Bloody hate this. Oh dear. Right. We so do need a gather company at this point. Okay. Can't play you and gather company, so we'll just do this for now. Ah, okay.
Your existence is a sin that must be purged.
Alright. I think we're just gonna ping this here,
Enemies in range.
and then we're able to save him.
We must push back the tide.
Shoot there. Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, at this point we're definitely looking at combo, because we haven't got a single Calcius yet. Okay. Now, as much as ideal to go along and do that, Means we've got nothing for Eradicator to really combo with. But we could do this, but then he can start getting stuns.
With care.
I think we do this. I don't want to use you because there's so many troops that like we're not gonna get Sergeant Talion back. Not likely anyway. See what this gets us. Honor Guard, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Yes, and then we can draw a stratagem. I didn't choose that. Okay.
They'll be dead before they see me coming.
Alright.
Listen to my voice and the saintly deeds of the fallen.
Yeah, unfortunately got the thingy. So now he's got the stuns. Just gonna be annoying. Didn't get the guy. Is it worthwhile? I think it might be. It's probably, I think there's only one, there's only one. Okay, so ideally we get onto less cards. Huh. You won't even kill that guy. No buff. Because ideally we have 7. I think that's pretty likely we get the second Calcius. We haven't got the second Calcius yet.
We are the sons of Gilliman.
Yeah, we're on 7 cards, which is a very important point. Unless you're playing against JSC, in which case you want to be on 5. Okay, yep. So that's his second miraculous feat. Got Eradicate in hand. Right.
Our fire will rain from the skies.
It's kind of crazy. See what a trade there. So that's the second Calcius. Yeah, that's the problem. Kinda need. There should be actually. Haven't used a Reaver yet, so that should be a Reaver inside there. Okay, we can do this then. Question is, what else do we do? I think we can smite that guy over. Yeah, we smite that guy over there. We can shoot that guy. And then we can just do this guy and that guy. Yep. And then that's gonna be a 1 energy drop. I think there's another Reaver in the deck. I don't think I've used double Reaver. I hope I haven't. I hope that's right. Otherwise, could be in a problem.
I bring the record to your annihilation.
Yep, I'm right.
Strike at their weakness to prevail. They'll be dead before they see me coming.
So you want to generate the smite. Now we want to do this. And I think that really showcased the deck there. That was brilliant. So a bit of a too much of a high curve there, so we're just gonna get rid of these two. Okay, I think that's alright. So we got the card draw from so and so. So one of the most important things is always to keep an eye on the amount of strash gems you have in your deck. And you can kind of use, if you forget, you can use this to be able to figure out. So you can use this and you can draw into this, and I'll actually tell you the amount of strash gems. So you always do that number -1 because, of course, you know, use it to draw a strash gem. So I've already got 2 in my hand out of the 8, and here you've got 6, so it's gonna be 5. So I think we hold back against this guy, to be frankly honest, because it's not really nice taking 3 damage, and we don't particularly want to use Reaver here.
Heavy weapon teams awaiting target.
So playing this guy here is actually going to force them to actually have to deal with it. Because it's on free life, you can't just take it out with just as Warlord, unlike Reaver, so... Armored Squadron. Interesting. So of course we've got 6 of the cards here. It's 4 of the cards what I'm talking about. So I know I don't normally use so-and-so straight away, but here I think we'll High Factory and we'll actually just use this. Bit unfortunate we got another stratagem.
We are the sons of Gilliman.
But hey ho. It's because we didn't have that many options, and here I will punch him actually. Now he has gone for extra energy, which isn't too bad for us actually. Just means that we need to go for more combo if he goes for extra energy than aggro. But we can do aggro. Okay, so probably need things out of the hand, so we're probably gonna do this and do that. This still leaves us stuff we can respond with, so I much prefer this. Yep, that makes sense. Wow, so we must have... We used like 6? We only have 2 cards left in our deck, okay. This is a very likely chance we can combo with this. We just need something to combo with. So, that being said, what do we do now? I think we just draw stratagem. Increase chances even more. Do that. Draw something, let's send first spawn. Probably playing big tanks. Eradicators. It's probably playing big tanks. And we'll play the Tyrant War Veteran.
We must push back the tide.
Excuse me.
Missiles primed and ready.
Ah, so that's his guy. Yeah. Okay. Now, if I had to deploy Calcius, I can't kill it with just Reaver and Warlord. But I can probably get you to kill. Yeah, I can. So I can do this, do that. Tactical insight. And we probably want to go for a smite. Huh. Trying to think. I could use both. Might be a bit much though, that's the thing. I think we'll use this here, because we can always just use this to kill that guy. Oh well. This is the bigger threat, so we absolutely go for this. Yeah, the fact that it's on 2 life is perfectly fine, to be honest. It just might have killed him.
Nothing will stop our advance.
Ah, no! It got him! Why do you have to do that? Oh dear. Oh, we definitely don't want to use so-and-so against a Sentinel. I can tell you that much. The options aren't too great here either. So I think we do this, to be honest. Ouch. That's not what I was thinking. You can do 2 damage. I can do 1 extra. Smite can kill it. Yeah. Only 1, not surprised.
One strike is all I need.
Right, we just need to somehow live to 11 energy now. So we do have it in our hand. But I do say somehow. Lehman Russ.
The battlefield trembles under our treads.
Did I keep it alive? Yeah, I thought so. I think we just hard move all that. I'm so done. Of course, I gained an extra energy because I was on 10. I could have used it. I had combo. I am so dumb. Well, we can't use it now. We'd use this now. Punch it. We need to somehow get rid of cards. Probably Eradicator then.
Target sighted! Let there be fire!
So I don't think playing a recon operative like guy gives this guy flank.
The battlefield trembles under our treads.
Okay. So we still do this and this anyway. They have to go down. Now if we did it straight away, that would be like 3. And I would leave it on 6. And then those 4 would make it 2. So I can't possibly get this down to 1 energy now. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. Guess we draw stratagem. Nope, we clearly don't draw stratagem. What am I talking about? We still use this anyway, even though it doesn't draw us a stratagem. We probably have lethal anyway, to be honest. Yeah, we do. Take a look at that.
Fall back! Dawn shall rise brightest after the darkest night.
And there we go. I think I'll do one more game and call it there. Probably not you, probably not you. Ah, GSC. Okay, right. What are we dealing with? The new one. Yeah. Yeah, probably this. Right. High Factory. He pretty much always goes High Factory with Varo Tigurius. I don't have the level 40 Forge.
From the wastelands of Damnathor, we rise to claim our freedom.
Right, let's do this. Thankfully having cards in your hand early isn't too bad. Oh yeah, also against GSC I think even more so you go High Factory. Because that allows you to just get rid of stuff that you don't want.
Your fate is sealed.
Okay. I think here, since because we've got 4NG play anyway, we want to do that. Although, you just figure out a way to do like backstab and then you can shoot it and you put, I don't know. That is very annoying. Excuse me. We do want to remove this because we are somewhat for building presence. At least in the early game. What did he do? He did summon the cult master, and we have to get rid of that now. Yeah, summon the cult. Why the heck is that free energy? I think we just do this.
Before they see me coming.
There's only 2 possibilities what it could be. It's either that, they're either mine or the guy. Let's pretend you're the guy. Oh, and play you. No, I got it the wrong way around. That was the guy, that was the mine. So that's what I should have done.
I will topple the walls of the oppressor.
Yep. How many stratagems? I haven't used any stratagems, have I? Best play here is, I think it's this. And just hold back. Ow.
All who stand against our ascension.
Okay. Well, I think this is the only thing which can move stuff, so when I do that...
We will purge the galaxy.
Okay. Think we'll try and smite this guy and not die. I do say try.
None can deny the Star Children's deliverance. Kindred, at the ready. The plan moves forward.
Okay. Right. And I don't even have that. Because he chucked two cards in my hand. Yeah, this seems fair. Fortunately, I don't have much flank. Which makes this a bit difficult, doesn't it?
Each path must be chosen with care.
Well, I guess I could do that. And when I have to keep that in a hand, because otherwise we die. We can play you, and then we can punch there. Yeah, and we give him the one drop. Well, yeah, the better one drop, which means I'm dead. And yeah, he's done a sec. Well, there we go. I think I don't want to play anymore, to be honest. So there we have it. Pretty much, don't play against GSE, and then you'll be fine with this deck. It's a valid deck. I don't think it's the most powerful. Well, that's the thing. I actually think it's a more powerful deck than maybe some of the other ones out there. Certainly more interesting, certainly more fun than any other deck out there. I really love it. However, against GSC right now, you're probably better off just playing Lavarius. But yeah, basically don't play against GSE and you'll be perfectly fine. See you next time.